Hello and welcome back to some more Dwarf Fortress with me, the Green Dragon. So, we got ourselves a new migrant wave. We decided not to do the military thing. I know. Didn't even set up any masons, come to think of it. I could still change my mind. You know, let's have 2 masons. Let's actually keep that enabled. Let's have 2 masons, let's have another farmer, or, well, let's have 1 hunter as well, and let's have another farmer like this. And that's him climbing up in all kinds of places. My cat, of course. You know what, yeah, just YOLO the fuck out of it. Screw the smoothing as well. And this... yeah. We'll have some more dwarves which we'll be able to assign to some other jobs, but very soon we're going to start putting our migrants into military. We have been lucky so far, only 2 children, which is extremely good. Honestly. It simplifies things so much. A lot of carrying going on. And it's gonna continue to carry on, I suppose, because the dwarves do need to carry a lot of crap. I think the game chugs when it simulates some of the background world, but it on occasion it also speeds up. I mean, this is pretty damn good frame rate. I mean, we're getting 75 frames per second. It's not bad. Well, that's peak efficiency, isn't it? Could also be that I have a laptop CPU, one of the kind that manages its speed. So it could be that it's just derping around that way, and it's just adjusting itself based on how much work it has to do, or it thinks it has to do, and it's just being weird that way. I honestly don't know. Anything above 50, I'm happy. Something like 30, 25 for a mature fort with the full population, that is, well, something you kind of have to go with. We're not gonna get this good a frame rate once we are fully built up. But it does make things easier for those times when you're just building up still. There's a lot of different things that are needing to be dug out here. And you have a groundhog mutilated corpse, apparently. I have no problem with you people. Actually, I do have one problem with this. Not that I mind the medicine man practicing his skills by doing butchery, because honestly that seems perfectly reasonable to me. It's that I would like a smaller number of people actually doing that, so that some of them can possibly get somewhat good. Actually, I'm gonna disable it on this guy. I'm just gonna keep 4 farmers, I think. I think 4 farmers is good enough. I think it will do, actually. And in this way they'll actually eventually acquire some skill. The amount of work they do won't be so diluted between a lot of them that they'll never train up anything. Which is again part of what I want. Yeah. I think this is a good idea. We're gonna go with this. I do dislike the idea that they're carrying the wood so much, but that's kind of the idea of having a wood stockpile inside the walls, so that in case something goes horribly wrong, you have actually shot bolts out into here. Capital F. Do not forbid used ammunition and other death items. There you go. That should be a thing. And you are Working on groundhogs. Not that much meat on them, just 6 meat, 6 fat, or 5 meat in some cases. You are picking up a lot of them, but honestly, it's not entirely convinced that it's, you know. I mean, they die easy. The hunter has killed, what, 3 of them already that I've seen in so short a time. Usually takes longer for hunters to start getting kills with the more powerful animals, so suppose that's okay. I mean, he's getting kills, he's getting skills, he's getting something coming in. He's getting bone, which again we can use. Not gonna slaughter the kittens just yet. I could make iron bolts, and I think I will actually. I could make bone bolts very easily, in fact. But I think the counter is a lot more effective with iron bolts, and it would be practice for our weapon guys, which I would kind of like to have. So we're gonna go with that, I think. Very much so. Okay. So why don't we turn to pigtails in this season, because apparently you can plant cave wheat further in the season. Son of a bitch. Welp! We're about to be thrown into utter chaos. Pause, 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 pause. Okay. Units. Right there. Ui. So, people can actually see it. Which is bad. So bad. Why do I get a feeling that we're about to horribly suffer here? And burrow. I know it's very small, but that's fine. We are on alert. Kill the children first! They're the useless ones! Did I not? Oh, fuck. Run! It's killing the kitten! Kill it, yes! The kitten! The kitten! Ignore the dwarfs, kill the kittens! Yeah, that sounds about right. Ignore the dwarfs, kill the kittens, sounds great. Do I see anyone caught outside? No, I don't. Yes. We might have saved everyone. Glory be to God. Close the bridge. Yes, kill the fucking pets. Nobody cares about those. Kill the pets. That's great. Okay, so we're gonna wait until it turns back. Just gonna chillax. That thing can just fuck around. See? Now it's just going wherever. That's when you want to kill them, if you're gonna kill them. When they turn back, they're not dangerous then anymore. At least less dangerous. Well, we're all doing our thing there. Okay, you may release the bridge now. It's okay. Danger's past. We killed it. By killed it, I mean of course that we bravely ran away and abandoned our kittens to horrible death. How many cats did we lose? 1 cat, 1 kitten. We still have more cats than we started with. It's okay. Hell, one of those cats... I mean, the dwarves won't slaughter pets, even if they die through natural causes. But they can be persuaded to slaughter, I think, animals that have died, that weren't pets, like those cats, which hadn't actually adopted anyone. Maybe. I don't think it'll matter that much, honestly. But it's a thought. It's certainly a thought. You are happily digging that out. So now that they have started digging, they're continuing with that for a while. Is the wood stockpile full? No, it isn't. Okay, good to know, good to know. But they are happily digging away. Maybe I should use mudstone crap, because I do want to clear out my main levels from various crap anyway. Okay, wheelbarrows. Again, we'll have a lot of stone stockpiles of various kinds, so I want to have wheelbarrows. And, well, the rest can actually wait for a while. And that's okay. Can just make a lot of crap out of wood eventually, and it won't be much of a problem to do that once our carpenters are trained up. Okay, let's, for the sake of argument, define this as a mudstone thing. Forbid everything other stone, mudstone. Wheelbarrows, 5. Enable 5 wheelbarrows. That should be great. Apparently we have a bit of a drink surplus, or we've built up to our levels. Well and good. Well and good. I might want to adjust this upwards now, actually. Yes, 200 to 300. Let's have a bit more of a buffer, shall we? Eventually I'll have something like 400 to 600 once our fort is fully mature. And that really should be enough, and at that point we shouldn't need any more. But till we get there, that's going to be a thing. Now our masons, we're going to set them up to take from that stockpile, so that they use whatever is there instead of grabbing the materials wherever. That will make things more fun. And by fun I mean a lot easier. Okay, he is vigorously scratching his ear. I do hope he doesn't rip it off. Fucking cat. Indeed. Indeed. Oh, for fuck's sake. Scratchy, scratchy, scratchy. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Oh, Kiteh. Make me a bed. And you make me 2 cabinets for the guy. Actually, no. 1 cabinet is enough. Let us not overindulge him, shall we? 1 cabinet will be quite enough. That can be an adequate access to the stockpile, I think. I could just start producing mudstone doors for all these random openings. It's actually something I might do. Start training up those guys. I mean, I will need to build a lot of stone blocks anyway. In fact, let's put that on repeat and set up a job for that. Blocks of rock. So that we can make truly, well, not truly big, but decent sized construction things. 120 rock blocks is good for a biggish chunk of construction all at once. It's enough, generally speaking. And now it's too late for K wheat as well in the season. Okay. Or if it's not in this, I think it's in the season, but it might be something else. Fertilization, I've never done that. I could try and set that up, but I don't know. It sounds like a pain in the ass industry to manage. As in, I don't want to waste my efforts on that. Someone's certainly been shooting bolts off into the wide sea. We won't be able to access those unless the sea actually freezes at some point. It's the end of essentially Dwarf September. And we can't be sure that things will actually freeze. It doesn't look like we have decent sand. Unless there's some elsewhere on the map. Okay, this does not go up to here. Why don't we dig that out? Have a thing leading up to here perhaps. Because I'm curious what's there. Let's find out together. As a little dwarven family that slaughters its children by drowning them. Fun times. The fuck did you abandon that there for? Never mind. Never even mind. I don't even care. I will. Oh wait, never mind. We're not gonna have a bed for the guy. Because reasons. Why don't you do that first? Come on. I want to be nice to my one noble that is actually doing something useful right now. Maybe I'll give an office to the chief medical dwarf as well at some point. Maybe. Right, gathering up things. They don't tend to carry things on their own if they have wheelbarrows for it. Which means that you can sort of limit the amount of jobs that go to a given stockpile by limiting the amount of wheelbarrows. So, no more than 5 dwarves will usually carry stuff to this stockpile at once, because there's 5 wheelbarrows. They usually won't bother. Now those guys that are carrying stone, yes, it's a bit of a trip. It could be slightly closer to the workshops, but they're gonna toughen up. We're gonna get there. Are we on time? We're good on time. Just checking. So now we have winter. It's Dwarf October. Well and good. So that means that we're gonna see if the sea actually freezes at some point during this. I'm thinking it should, because we're very far down south, but I'm not entirely sure how this is gonna work out. Could be either way, really. Okay, that's a lot of crap that isn't dug out. I think I'm not gonna order any more digging. And I will want to build stone sheathing for everything here, including on the floors. So a lot of stuff is gonna be ripped up and reconstructed for the sake of looking decent. Decenter. Do we have bullets left? Yes, we do. Okay, so the hunter should be fine. He just doesn't have anything to actually hunt. Small animal dissection, eh? So that's what if we use traps to actually trap hamsters and the like? I mean, I guess, but whatever. Yeah, they will grab a lot of this mudstone and clean out a lot of these places. We have a lot of it lying all over the place. So we're just gonna cut it up into blocks for now. Use some of the blocks, cut it up into more blocks. It's gonna be great. And on top level we have some things that need to be resheathed in blocks anyway. Possibly on top we might build some constructions. There's things I might do. Things are a proceeding. I think you're done with charcoal, so now you're actually doing limonite. Again, I'm okay with this. Like I said, they can just keep smelting stuff in the background. I'm good with it. I'm quite good with it. And I might indeed make some mudstone doors here. Like a lot of them. It will make the whole place look a lot more civilized and finished, which is great. And It will also build up some skill for our masons, which won't go amiss. Things drag so much more until you get like 2 or 3 levels, then they start to slowly get faster. Of course, if you have someone like this guy who's, wow, he's already at 14, he must have made most of those battle axes, huh? When we were making them. I am happy with this. This makes me quite happy. We're out of barrels. Well, that does mean that the guys do need to be... You're considered a shearer still. Oh right, you're extremely good at it. I find it strange that we have 2 really good shearers. I mean, it's completely useless to me. I will do a fort at some point where I try to keep a herd of goats again or something, because with the automation tasks and the way they can be set up, I think I can make it work a lot better than previously, because I had to babysit it a lot. Just have like 20 goats grazing outside, have a thing there where I just, you know, do a thing. It could be a thing. Okay, so what if we on this side again have a little stockpile like this, and have a couple of places for the guys. I mean, if I just keep barrels there, it shouldn't be a problem, should it? Yeah. And then I can have the actual hospital, such as it will be anyway, be right opposite that. So for the sake of argument, let's say that we want 2, well 8 in total. Do it like this. Have... okay, that's not gonna work. That's derpy. Have it like this. Then have it extending like this with actual beds. So traction, 2 traction tables, 2 tables, 4 chests, and 10 beds. And that will make for a decent sized hospital. And then, just beside the hospital, we can have the graveyards for easy transport. I think that works fine. Have a slightly bigger bedroom for the butcher, maybe? I mean, sorry, the doctor. Silly me. I think that would work. Sort of. How do we set this up in a way that won't derp too hard? I don't... unless we have a double thing here between the stuff. I mean, we could go with that. It'll still look a bit fucked up. I mean, if it's gonna look fucked up anyway. It's an interesting conundrum. Unless I make them smaller or bigger. Don't want to make them bigger, do I? No, I really don't. I really don't. Hey, so what if we just give him an office? But no, I want him to have something nice. He doesn't really need an office. What if we just give him a fancier bedroom? Because he doesn't need an office. His office is in the hospital. Yeah. We'll give him a fancy bedroom. I think that's better. We'll go with that. So, you actually get a cabinet and a bed. What luxury, when everyone else is still sleeping on the ground, no less. Any place I could easily set up a temporary dorm. Yeah, that is not encouraging. Just Pete. Yeah. It's not encouraging at all, in fact. Not really a good thing for us. Okay. Okay. Let's say that this will be the first of the graveyard areas. I'm gonna take this out well in advance, because let's face it, we're gonna need it sooner or later. We all know this, let's not pretend. People will die here, lots of them. So 20 grave sites would just about cover almost everyone, assuming that 4 or 5 people stayed alive to actually bury the corpses. JMQ, rock coffin. 20, order them up via the manager. One thing you don't want to do is order up platinum doors via the manager, because those are bugged for some reason. At least in this version of the game. Looks like those are shale areas with some limonite in the walls. I'm willing to go with that though, I think. So, manager. And this will automatically set to the manager. So if you stop doing your job, you're not gonna keep your fancy apartments. Haha! Yes, he gets to have a bedroom. Oh, the height of luxury. As far as this fort is concerned anyway. How are you guys doing on the thing of masoning? Crappily. I am disappointing you. Do better. Some of my guys obviously suck at mining and they're taking their sweet time demonstrating it, but oh well, what can you do? I'm keeping in mind how things will look when smooth to avoid stuff that is too derpy looking. It should be okay on both sides of the place here. Yeah, hospital actually has a lot of valuable stuff in the walls that does make for good engravings, I think. Because the value of the material you're actually engraving does matter. That could be a good thing overall. Could be a very, very good thing. You are working on cutting stuff up, which is great. Do that. That's gonna take a while for you to get everything done, and there is a lot of mining to be done as well. And yes, the ocean does freeze, or the sea, for a little while at least, for a couple of months during the depths of winter. That is good to know. We don't really have any good gems, we just have a lot of crappy ones and some sort of okayish ones. But we only have the one gem guy and he needs practice cutting up gems anyway, I guess. In fact, since we do have the one gem guy and since he does need to start practicing, why don't we make a shale gem cutting thing and have him start on that actually. I think that is actually a good idea. Let's do that and make that a thing. Have him start gathering some skill. And build up a set of gems that he can actually, work on. He's dragging the shale, that's good. Might as well start turning all of these random gems into something. I mean, what are they gonna do? Just sit there? That would be silly. Behind here we are gonna have our main refuse stockpile. Yes, I know we have the one upstairs, but we're gonna have one here. Because this is gonna be our main meat locker. Corpsery, where we just place everything. Including the dwarves, in fact. Okay, if we did buy some ropes, did we not? Okay, rock coffer for rock table, 4 of those. Okay, what do we want next? Bed. 10. Rock door 1. Yeah, that sounds good. And then we're gonna have the mechanisms and the traction tables from 2 of those tables. And we're gonna equip our hospital. Set it up so that it's ready for when we inevitably need it. We will need water eventually for it. We need to build some sort of a well system. Either here on the surface or somewhere. We need to have a well somewhere. Preferably somewhere that won't interfere with everything else. Interesting idea where to set up the well. Because we have built out a lot of stuff, haven't we? On various levels, and we will want to build actual living quarters somewhere down below as well. Now I want you to just cut up every single type of gem we have. Just turn all of them into cut gems. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have at it, little dwarf. Have at it. You're gonna happily dig out that after a while. Well and good. This will be the main food stockpile from... Whoops. Done derped. Food. There we go. 21 by 21. That's fine. Here. We're gonna block all, but we're gonna allow seeds. And here we're gonna block seeds and unprepared fish. And this is where we're actually gonna put the unprepared fish in a slightly bigger stockpile. Meanwhile, here we're gonna keep all the, well, some of the barrels. There we go. And for now, at least, we're gonna disable barrels on this. There we go. There we go. That should make for an interesting situation. A lot of people will be moving stuff around for a while, but I think again that that's okay. They need practice carrying stuff. Some of them, well, all of them will be doing a lot of it anyway. They might as well get started on it. And on occasion, as you're setting up, you do need to reorganize stuff. Now we're on time. We are very much over time. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time.